Imagine a time long, long ago, a time when the world was untouched by the modern conveniences we take for granted today. Welcome to our channel, The Calming Whispers of Zen, a time before cars, phones, even electricity. People lived in harmony with nature, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the earth and the seasons. In a land far away, nestled among the majestic Himalayan mountains, a prince was born. This was no ordinary prince. His birth was surrounded by omens and prophecies that foretold a great destiny. His name was Siddhartha Gautama, and he lived a life of luxury and ease. The palace was filled with every imaginable comfort, and he was shielded from the harsh realities of the outside world. But something wasn't quite right. Despite the opulence and the constant attention, Siddhartha felt a growing sense of unease. It was as if a shadow loomed over his otherwise perfect life. The prince felt a nagging feeling that something was missing. He couldn't shake off the sense that there was more to life than the pleasures and luxuries he was surrounded by. He saw suffering and sadness all around him, even outside his palace walls. The stark contrast between his sheltered life and the harsh realities faced by others began to weigh heavily on his mind. The sight of an old man, a sick person, and a dead body troubled him deeply. These encounters were his first glimpses into the inevitable suffering that all humans face. He realized that suffering was a part of life, and he wanted to find a way to overcome it. This realization sparked a profound transformation within him, igniting a desire to seek the truth. This set him on an extraordinary journey. He decided to leave behind the comfort and security of his royal life, embarking on a quest to understand the nature of suffering and the path to true happiness. He left his comfortable life and family behind to seek answers to life's biggest questions. He wandered through forests, meditated under trees, and sought the wisdom of sages and ascetics. Siddhartha wanted to understand why there was suffering and how to find true happiness. His journey was long and arduous, filled with trials and tribulations, but he remained steadfast in his quest for enlightenment. After years of searching, Siddhartha finally found the answers he was looking for. Under the Bodhi tree, he attained enlightenment and became the Buddha, the awakened one. His teachings would go on to inspire millions and offer a path to overcoming suffering and achieving true happiness. The birth of a thought, a simple yet profound realization, set in motion a journey that would change the world forever. Siddhartha's quest for understanding and his ultimate enlightenment remind us that even in the face of suffering, there is a path to peace and happiness. Siddhartha, a prince who had everything, felt an emptiness within. He left his palace and tried many different paths in his quest for enlightenment. He wandered through forests, seeking the truth that would end his inner turmoil. He studied with wise teachers, learning ancient scriptures and philosophies. He meditated for hours, hoping to find peace and clarity. Each teacher offered a different perspective, but none provided the ultimate answer he was searching for. In his desperation, Siddhartha even tried extreme fasting, believing that denying the body might free the mind. He pushed his physical limits, enduring great pain and suffering, but still, enlightenment eluded him. Frustrated and disheartened, he realized that none of these external practices gave him the answers he sought. He felt lost, contemplating by riversides and in empty meditation spaces, wondering if he would ever find the truth. Finally, a moment of clarity struck him. He realized that the answers weren't outside him but within. The truth he sought was not in the teachings of others or in extreme practices, but in understanding his own mind and heart. One day, while meditating under a large fig tree, which later became known as the Bodhi tree, Siddhartha experienced a profound awakening. He sat in deep meditation, determined not to rise until he had found the truth. In that moment of deep meditation, he finally understood the nature of suffering, its causes, and the path to liberation. He saw the interconnectedness of all life and the way to end suffering through compassion and wisdom. This was the moment he became known as the Buddha, which means the awakened one. His journey from a prince to an enlightened being became a beacon of hope for countless others seeking the same truth. The Buddha's teachings were simple, yet profound. His wisdom, like the roots of an ancient tree, spread deep and wide, touching the hearts of many. He taught that suffering is a part of life, an inevitable experience that every human being encounters. But it's our attachment to desires and cravings that causes us to suffer. These desires, like grains of sand slipping through our fingers, are fleeting and impermanent. The Buddha realized that by letting go of these attachments and living a life of compassion and mindfulness, we can achieve true happiness and inner peace. Compassion, he taught, is the key to unlocking the door to a serene and fulfilling life. This message resonated with many people. They found solace in his words and a path to navigate the complexities of life. They were drawn to the Buddha's wisdom and kindness. His presence was like a beacon of light in a world often shrouded in darkness. They gathered around him, eager to learn from him and follow his teachings. His lessons were not just about meditation, but about living a life of integrity, kindness, and understanding. And so Buddhism was born. It grew from a small group of dedicated followers into a major world religion, spreading the message of peace, compassion, and mindfulness across continents and through the ages. The Buddha shared his teachings with everyone, regardless of their social status or background. He believed that everyone has the potential to achieve enlightenment. He traveled extensively throughout India, sharing his message of compassion, wisdom, and mindfulness. His followers, called monks and nuns, dedicated their lives to practicing and spreading his teachings. They established monasteries and temples, which became centers of learning and spiritual practice. Buddhism's journey across the world. Over time, Buddhism spread from India to other parts of Asia, carried by monks, merchants, and travelers. It reached Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, China, Korea, Japan, and Tibet, evolving and adapting to different cultures along the way. Today, Buddhism is a global religion with millions of followers worldwide. It continues to inspire people with its message of peace, compassion, and wisdom. Buddhists believe in living a mindful life. This means being present in the moment and paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. Meditation is a key practice in Buddhism. It helps to calm the mind, develop concentration, and cultivate awareness. Buddhists also practice loving-kindness meditation, where they send out positive thoughts and compassion to themselves, others, and the world. The Buddha taught that the path to enlightenment is through the Eightfold Path. This path consists of 8 interconnected steps: right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. By following these steps, Buddhists strive to live a life of ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. Many Buddhists follow a vegetarian diet as a way to practice non-violence and compassion towards all living beings. However, vegetarianism isn't mandatory in all Buddhist traditions. Buddhists also practice mindful eating, paying attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of their food. They eat with gratitude and awareness, appreciating the nourishment it provides. Buddhism offers practical tools for navigating the challenges of modern life. Practices like mindfulness and meditation can help to reduce stress, increase focus, and promote emotional well-being. By cultivating compassion and understanding, we can improve our relationships with ourselves and others. The Buddhist principles of non-attachment and acceptance can help us to let go of negative thoughts and emotions, leading to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. The journey of Buddhism is a fascinating one, full of wisdom and compassion. If you'd like to learn more about this ancient practice and how it can benefit your life, subscribe to our channel, The Calming Whispers of Zen. We explore different aspects of Buddhism, from its history and philosophy to practical tips for incorporating mindfulness and meditation into your daily routine. Join us as we discover the calming whispers of Zen together.